Charlie Hurt, who is co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend. That's Saturdays and Sundays from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you can imagine such a thing, he will be up for it, I guarantee you. And Tomi Lahren is now the co-host of Big Weekend Show. That's Saturdays and Sundays from 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern, all on Fox News. Tomi, congratulations on this.
Thank you. Charlie's going to get you through the morning. I'm going to get you through the night.
You know, I got to tell you, so you're going to have to spend a lot of time in New York.
Yeah.
It may not be what you want it to be, all right, because of a certain Fidel Castro who's going to be the mayor of New York. I say this tongue-in-cheek and just make some fun out of it, but it may not. I want you to be really happy in New York. I've suffered through this for about 45, almost 50 years with a few side trips to Washington. You want it to be as good as it can be, and it won't be.
Well, we were talking about this before we went on air. Charlie and I don't live in New York, but we travel here now on a weekly basis. So we're somewhat invested. We also want American cities to thrive. And this is the financial capital of the world. We'd sure like it to be prosperous and strong. I will say this, though. For all the people who are very concerned about him becoming the mayor, it looks like he's going to, unless something crazy happens, right? The one thing I will say about this is at least people will see what happens when you go all the way, when you elect a socialist and the chips fall. I think that that's the one thing where it's like, okay, you wanted to do this social experiment, you threatened to do this social experiment, let's do the social experiment then. And when it fails, hopefully we will never attempt it again in a great American city. That's the only thing I can say is the saving grace.
No, it's a very good point. Maybe you learned something from it or not. But Charlie Kirk warned about this. He called it the Mamdani effect. And I think it was, and we talked about in the last segment, if you don't have affordability and ownership, owning your own home is better than renting an apartment. And it leads to, I think it leads more easily to marriage and kids and all the rest of it. You got to get that done. Now, I don't think the new Fidel Castro in New York wants any of that or cares about any of that. He's a rich kid. He's got everything he needs. Right. I don't think he cares about that.
He's a man of privilege. And of course, the people who are going to pay the steepest price for his crazy ideas are the people Democrats claim to care about the most. And I think that Charlie Kirk is a very good example of somebody who understood that, nobody listened more to what young people had to say than Charlie Kirk. And he understood that you had to talk in practical terms to them. And I think a lot of people, particularly in the Democrat Party, have failed to talk to them in practical terms. Mamdani is a rejection of Democrats. Democrats have run this place forever. They have their policies are why rent is so expensive here. Their policies are why it's impossible to buy groceries here for a family. It's impossible to raise a family here. It's all because of Democrat policies. So Mamdani is a rejection of Democrat policies. And I think that what Tomi just said is exactly right. The silver lining is that, the sane party gets to point to New York City for the next 4 years and say, yeah, this is where it goes with these people. But none of us want that to happen, even though it might help the sane party. I would rather have a prosperous, thriving New York City.
Me too. Speaking as an owner, one of those assets. Tomi Lahren, on the other hand, are you prepared to throw the hat in for AOC running for president? Believe it or not, there's a rumor. It's a whole story out today. AOC is going to run for president. It's probably the silliest thing I ever heard, except I'll bet you a lot of Democrats are shaking in their boots.
Yeah. Well, I hope she does run, because to our earlier point, you'll get to see what stupidity and stupid policies look like. And she'll have to be questioned about those policies, not just by Republicans, but by fellow Democrats in a primary situation. Have we ever seen AOC actually be challenged or questioned? We know that she spouts at Republicans and she's good on social media, but has she ever actually been challenged on her ideas by even fellow Democrats who are maybe more moderate? Not really in any formal setting. If she runs for president, or even if she runs for Senate, we will get a chance to see it. So all these ideas that sound good like a tagline on TikTok, let's actually see. The proof is in the pudding. Let's put up or shut up and see how it goes.
It's going to be tremendous fun. Absolutely tremendous fun. With Mamdani backing her every step of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Hurt, catch him in the morning. Tomi Lahren, all day on the weekend. How about that?